Yes, my people, welcome back. Backyard Gunnar here, and this is the Backyard Arsenal. And yes, it is Derby Day, and no other person to be here. I've got the social commentator. You can see my man is coming in. The whole Tottenham kit, the whole Spurs thing. I'm going to introduce you especially to my teammate, centre back like no other. Bill, you're probably like were you Vidic in your prime? Yeah,
100%. 100%.
Or is it Ledley King? Ledley King. Oh,
Ledley King. I mean, like the latter-day saint would be obviously Mickey van der Ven.
Oh,
slightly taller, slightly stronger than me, and obviously he is 48. But not a million miles away, Reg. Not a million miles.
No, I can't testify. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Bill Barrett. Bill, welcome to the pod. I'm happy to have you.
Happy to be here, Reg.
I know the time to have you here this is the North London Derby. As well, the Spurs Arsenal. There's a lot to talk about. We're going to get into it. For you to have the balls to come here today, ready to be cooked, ready to be fried. I hope you're up for it tonight, man.
Oh, Reg. I mean, where do we start? My balls will not be cooked. Our balls will not be roasted. At the very least, it will be an ultra tight game. And I actually think there's a high possibility that you guys could get turned over.
Do you know what? That's the first, I don't know, Spurs for you guys are not confident. So I'm happy to hear. Let's get into it.
Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and actually defeating us. What are your chances? Come on, be honest.
Do you know what? It's been 2 seasons in a row. If you're an Arsenal fan, you'll be going to Tottenham knowing, look, we've rolled you guys over last season, home and away. We've done it 2 seasons ago, home and away. So I'm thinking the only thing that's holding me back now is Ange Postecoglou. This is his second season. If Ange doesn't get something against us on Sunday, I'll be worried for Tottenham and Ange in general, because your first season you come in is you're all right to lose to your rivals home and away. Okay, yeah, first season, we're bedding you in. Now, this is your second, you've been here, second season. If we come, I personally think we go there, we get the job done. But there's something I just feel maybe Ange might be on it that day. And I don't want to sound too cocky, but I tell you now, Bill, we go there, we get the job done. And you ask me, why do I feel confident? Is because we've done it last season. You remember, first 38 minutes, it was 3-0. Mm-hmm. We literally brought you guys into that game. Mm-hmm. And if you're not careful, I reckon the same thing is going to happen. So yeah.
Reg, this is a form of what we like to call overconfidence. Okay, let me just posit a couple of questions to you, sir. Okay. No Declan Rice. No Odegaard. Okay. You're away. We're in good form. Okay. One would sort of see this as a 2-1 game going one way or the other. A complete whitewash. I mean, come on, guys. I don't really see it happening. I mean, yes, Son hasn't been firing on all cylinders, but Tottenham has an ability when it doesn't fire on all cylinders to still hold its own. What makes you think you'll roll us over again? I don't get that feeling this season. It feels different. I'm not saying Tottenham are going to win the league, but this
there's no correlation between Tottenham and the league. Let's be careful.
But let's be honest. You guys tried to win the league last year and still failed.
We are the only team that have challenged. We have challenged
Reg, challenging
Pep Guardiola 2 seasons in a row.
Yes, but Reg, challenging and winning. No one remembers who comes second in the Olympics. No one remembers who come fifth in the Olympics. I only remember the guy who won. Yeah.
But if we're not here, Pep will be sleeping and just come and he'll be winning with 20 points or something. But yeah, Reg, go ahead. What was you say? No Rice, no Odegaard. Yes, fair enough. Now, this is one thing about this whole National League and this international break. 3 games in and they're obstructing the flow of the game. I think we were on the ascendancy. Forget what happened at Brighton. Mm-hmm. Chris Kavanagh, we've given him all the stick that we can. Tottenham, on the other hand, I think the only game you guys have played well this season is against Everton. Mm-hmm. And this same Everton, you saw how they lost from a two goal leading position against Bournemouth at home. I don't think Everton are. I don't think they're yardstick for you to say, "Oh, we are doing very well."
I think you make some valid points. I just don't think at home you'll be able to roll Tottenham over.
I would say roll over, but we know who's we know Spurs. Spursy will be Spursy, man. I'm a bit. The only thing giving me confidence is we have a few players who have been there, who've done it. The likes of Saka will be playing. We got Gabriel. I think Gabriel Martinelli is going to start. I think at some point we'll go to the lineups. Saliba has been there. He's gone to Dyer Tottenham ground. Won you there. Gabriel Magalhaes, Ben White. The list goes on and on. We're going to miss Odegaard. I'm not going to lie. We'll miss Rice. But we've got players who will come in. What have you got for me?
What have I got for you? I mean, ultimately, will Solanke play? Is he still injured? Is he going to actually play the striker role? Behind him, Maddison has not been, since he's got back from injury, I don't think Maddison has really hit form again. He's not quite form, but really, I'd like to see him paired up in the midfield with Bergvall, the young kid that they've just bought.
Oh my days.
I'd love to see him in the middle.
Have you seen him play? The Bergvall boy, I think he had a cameo in one of, which game was it?
He's had a couple of cameos, Reg, but I mean, we haven't seen the best of him yet. You've got to give him time. But the thing with Tottenham, right, is it's a cake that's not quite baked, right? But if it was baked to the level of Man City, with all due respect, we'd blow you so far out the water you wouldn't exist.
Bill, do you know what you're saying?
The problem
if my mom were a bicycle, if she had wheels, she'd be a bicycle. That's literally what you're saying to me, man.
I'm not talking about your mum and your mum's wheels, Reg. Not tonight.
If my grandma had done it back then.
No, Reg, seriously, it's going to be a tight game. It'll go backwards, it'll go forwards, it'll be sparring, it'll be jabbing. But without Odegaard and without Rice, Odegaard is your main play.
100%.
If you take our press out of Tottenham and they're a weaker team, take Odegaard out of Arsenal. If you take Odegaard and Rice out of Arsenal, who do you put in to supplement them? Tell me who you put in.
Now, that's the thing. I'm not Mikel Arteta, but I know that there are plans on ground. I think Havertz is going to come into the midfield role. He's not going to do the kind of job that Declan Rice is going to do, obviously. For Odegaard, it's going to be really difficult to replace a player like Odegaard in our team because of what he brings, the man in tight spaces, the way he presses. But for some reason, there's no other option. Jorginho is going to come in. The legs are not going to be the same with Partey, Odegaard, and Rice. The midfield is obviously not going to be the same with those guys. But I still think with what we got, who are you going to be playing? Pap Metasa and Bissouma. Now, Bissouma is also not, I think he's 50%. I know he's going to play, but Tottenham are trying to play these whole mind games. I think he's going to play, but I'm not worried about Bissouma. Bissouma is just strong. Technically, how good is he? Let's be honest.
He's very good. I mean, that's why he gets paid like 150, 200,000 pounds a week to play for a Premier League team.
Yeah, just because
is he absolute world class? No, probably not. Maddison on his absolute best day is, I mean, if we was comparing someone like Paul Gascoigne, he's probably only 50 or 60% of what Gascoigne was at his absolute best. But the problem,
are you saying Maddison and Gascoigne in the same sense?
I am, yeah, basically saying in the same sense. I mean, you got to understand. So there's a long litany of like history at Spurs of world-class players from Gary Lineker to Paul Gascoigne to Glenn Hoddle. Can we even say that name in the company of an Arsenal fan? Michel Platini said that if he had Glenn Hoddle back in the 1980s, he would have built the entire French team around Glenn Hoddle. That's how good they thought Glenn Hoddle was. And that's the problem with Spurs. We always get these magic players, but there's no real cohesive mound around them.
So this has been on for God knows how long.
For decades and decades and decades. And the difference between a Spurs and a Man United is Man United always has 4 or 5 wonderful players and Spurs has 1 or 2. Yeah. And at the moment, if I'm honest with your Arsenal team, I think you've got 3. Yeah. The problem you've got is that 2 of them aren't playing on Sunday.
And you know the problem? We're still going to beat you guys with those 2 players not even available to play. So, yeah.
So, Reg, what do you think about your new signings? Tell us about your new signings.
Right. Now, this is where I think we have the, will I say, cutting edge? Okay. Have you heard of this man, Raheem Sterling? Yeah?
Yes, I have.
Raheem Sterling What he knows he's going to be playing for Arsenal. Do you know what he done? He went to Jamaica. He said, let me cleanse myself of everything Chelsea. My man, when he got baptized, no, for real. Sterling is a new creature. So you see all those problems at Chelsea, he can't do it. Nah. Sterling has said, I'm going to a club that I love. No, I'm not going there because he wants to come and play football. Okay. So we got Sterling, who is available to play, and I know he'll have a part. A lot of Arsenal fans, if you go, people are tipping Sterling to have a big role. He knows how to play sport. He knows how to play Tottenham. City days, he will destroy. 100%. Liverpool days, he has destroyed Tottenham.
Reg, can I just jump
Why won't he destroy Tottenham in an Arsenal jersey? Tell me.
Let me just jump in. Okay, Chelsea is a curse, as we know, right? Okay. Let me say another name that come from Chelsea to us. Timo Werner.
Oh, man.
Now, I have no idea why we ever bought that guy.
Oh, man. Is he still on loan, though? Is that guy on loan?
I have no idea if he's on loan or not. I have no idea why he's still at the club. Okay? It's like, let's buy the disabled person and bring him into the club and keep him for 2 years. Right? Okay.
It's such a Spursy thing to do.
The only thing I'll say about your Sterling is whatever comes from Chelsea, as far as I'm concerned, is a curse. Right? And I think you have to be aware of that. There might be a little bit of a supernatural edge to Raheem.
But I can tell you now, Kai Havertz is a blessing to us.
Well, yeah, you might be right.
Well, we'll see Sterling. You know, about Mikel Merino, I've not seen him in an Arsenal shirt. So I can't say we even miss him or we don't know what he's going to add to us. But we know we saw him at the Euros. Mikel Merino is going to bring quality. He knows how to run forward. He's strong, can play box to box, can play center midfield, whatever. Everywhere in the middle of the park, he'll be there. So I think in that regard, we have something. We are hopeful that when these guys come back, we'll be a strengthened team. I don't know what to say about. I don't know about Spurs. What have you guys brought in as what are your signings?
Well, I mean, the two main signings would be Lucas Bergvall and Archie Gray. Now, Bergvall is obviously...
You know what? Let me ask people. Yeah. If you know that name, if anybody knows who Lucas Bergvall is, I swear I've never... Where is he? I don't know, man.
No one knows who he is, apart from when you actually look at the footage of him on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's amazing. The question is going to be simply this. Will Ange give him enough time in the middle of the park with Maddison to establish himself? Because from memory, I think he's barely 20. Okay? Right? He's very, very good.
How about this Archie Gray boy? What's he saying? I hear he's...
Archie is sort of a little bit of a, you know, it's difficult to really describe Archie, but I mean, yeah, he'll have a big future at Spurs. Again, if he gets game time. From my perspective, the problem with Spurs and the problem with his new signings is how do you give youngsters game time when they come up against the Arsenals, the Chelseas and the Man Cities of this world? How do you put 20-year-olds in that mix when they're playing against 28-year-olds that are fully formed and fully ready to go?
That's the thing I was going to say. You don't put them in game. That's why you've got Europa League. You've got... But do you think these players make you better? Like, do they make your team better?
My honest opinion, Archie Gray, I think is good, but won't dramatically alter Spurs. That's my honest opinion. Bergvall, if he gets time in the middle of the pitch and develops into a young, early 20s midfielder, I think he'll radically alter Tottenham alongside Maddison. Because the problem is, all of the great football teams you've ever played with have always had two decent players in the middle of the park. There's never been a football team that hasn't had two decent players in the middle of the park.
That like Odegaard and Partey, Odegaard and Rice.
Odegaard and Rice, exactly. Yeah.
What have you got in midfield again?
We've got
Bentancur.
We've got Maddison.
Bentancur, who says the one who doesn't know, he says all Koreans look the same.
And this is the whole problem. If you look at Spurs, and I mean, I'm going to critique my own team here. Guys, I don't mind critiquing my own team here. We buy players that look great on the training pitch, but when you put them in the mix, okay, they're not quite there. That's why we've always finished 4th and 5th. What you actually need is you need match day players, right? Guys that turn up to the big games, that play, that make the ball, that make the pass. And as I said to you earlier on, Reg, you may remember, we've always had a Glenn Hoddle, we've always had a Paul Gascoigne, we've always had a Gary Lineker. But to win things, you need 4 of them in a team, or maybe 5. Look at the great Man United teams. There was always 4 or 5 great players and a great goalkeeper behind them, plus really, really good defenders.
Well, you got Vicario. Is he not good enough?
Yeah, he is good enough. Yeah, no. I mean, if you look at Spurs, defensively and from a goalkeeper perspective, apart from him on set pieces, we've actually got a very good defence. I mean, I've spoken to people that said that Mickey van der Ven, if he was in the Man City lineup, would be basically playing every single time.
No, I agree. I love Mickey van der Ven.
Look at Man City. How often does the Man City defence get tested? So yes, if you've got Mickey van der Ven at the back at Man City, he's going to play every single game because he's being tested for 10 minutes out of 90. Yeah, at Tottenham, he's being tested for 80 minutes out of 90. It's a different world, and that's how good he is. He's an insurance policy. He's like Carl Walker. But I actually think he's better than Carl Walker because if you actually look at some of the runs he makes...
He's going in. He's going in.
He goes through the middle. Mickey van der Ven's...
Oh, my days. I hope people are hearing that. Mickey van der... Well,
I think he's one of their best players at the moment. I genuinely do because he's consistent. He's strong.
But this is not... We are playing football. If you tell me Mickey van der Ven is going to the Olympics to 100 meters senior men, oh, that's fine. I know he's rapid, he's quick. But other than being fast, what else has Mickey got? Aerially, is he good?
Okay, let me tell you. Aerially, he's not going to score many headers because that's not part of his game. But
on the ball,
he's fine. Very rarely makes a bad pass. He tracks back and can take a ball off anyone, even the fastest in the Prem, which is primarily what you want a centre back to do. Primarily, you actually want your left back and your right back to do that. But if your centre back can do it, he's 6 foot something, so he can head the ball out if necessary. But how many actual mistakes do you see Mickey van der Ven make over a season? And you'll be counting them on your left hand, right? And that is why he gets paid the money. When he's not in the Tottenham team, the Tottenham team is struggling.
It shows. But anyways, I would like him at Arsenal just to be back up to Gabriel and Saliba. That would be good, you know.
There's not going to be a...
he could just come and be on the bench so that when we need backup for like maybe the Carabao Cup and FA Cup and stuff.
Sunday, you're going to need backup, but it won't be Mickey van der Ven.
Right, Bill. Before we go, let us have a quick... we'll do a quick combined 11. Arsenal, Tottenham, this current squad. Let's see who gets into your team. Who gets in, like, which players from Arsenal gets into your team. Let's see how many of your players get into my team. And then we'll just do a quick prediction.
So you want to do an all-time 11, yeah? That's what you want to do?
Let's just stick to this current squad. Let's see.
Oh, I see.
What combined 11 for this team we've got now.
So basically, you're asking.
I don't want you to go into Glenn Hoddle and all that because I know what you're going to be saying.
He'd put him in every squad.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, he's worth 3 of your lot. Sorry. Okay, so what of the current Tottenham squad would get into the current Arsenal line?
Yes, so let's do a combined 11 basically.
Okay. Well, I can basically just give you the Tottenham players that I know would straight away get into your.
Don't rush it. Let's go one at a time.
Okay.
Let's go goalkeeper. There's a little debate about this. I know I said to you Vicario is good, but Vicario is like, I don't know if is he 5'5" or something, because on every set piece I've seen that guy go to defend, it's either he's being bullied or he's out of position. He
does get bullied, and his distribution.
I think he's a good shot stopper, but he's nowhere near Raya. Not like nowhere near Raya, but Raya gets in goal all day, every day.
I have to be honest with you. I agree with you on that. Yep.
So David Raya, no debate.
Yep.
Let's go right back. You got Pedro Porro.
Pedro Porro, yeah. Would I stick with him?
Ahead of Ben White?
Yes, 100%. I'd put him in a squad ahead of Ben White.
You know the primary role of a defender is to defend.
Hang on, what nationality is Ben White?
Let's not get into England and all the Champions League.
Is he English?
What nationality is Pedro Porro?
How much time has he spent in the English squad in the last 5-6 years?
Because he said, look, you guys are not serious. I don't know what you're doing there. They are literally begging Ben White, please come back. They are waiting for him to just say, I am ready. Pedro Porro scores. Has not even got a sniff. Like the Spanish national, they don't recognize where,
they just obviously got a heat stroke, haven't they?
I don't know, man. The way Danny Carvajal
is from outside the box is fast, he's strong. I mean, ultimately, because
but he can't defend. Everybody's having a go at Trent Alexander-Arnold that Trent can't defend. I look at Pedro Porro and I just see he's just Trent Alexander-Arnold that can't even do what Alexander-Arnold does going forward. I know he's got a set piece and he can shoot the ball. What he's defending is shambolic, to be honest.
Alexander-Arnold is good going forwards. He's basically a CDM. Alexander-Arnold is somewhere between a CDM and an ACM. Okay, so when you put him in the right back mode, he wants to constantly be looking for the
forward. Yeah,
that's what he wants to do. So he's not actually concentrating on the job at hand. A good defender concentrates on the job at hand, and that's why I think Pedro Porro is ideal for the right back role, because he wants to defend. If he has to get forwards, he will. If he has
I have Ben White.
100%.
Ben White and Bukayo Saka that is the best pairing in this league.
Saka, 100% in front of Pedro Porro on the right wing all day long, but behind him,
All right, I'm not gonna say too much. All right, I don't know. I'll give you Pedro Porro, but I don't know. People are gonna kill me for this. Ben White.
No, he's gone. He's finished.
Benny Blanco. Right, let's go centre back pairing. I'm gonna go straight Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes. There's no two ways about it.
So you don't want Mickey van der Ven in that mix?
Do you know what? Mickey will give him one more season. I think he's gonna come good. Right now, Mickey van der Ven. It's not a hard. This is not a sprint. This is football. We are not doing. It's not 100 meters. It's not a race. It's not a sprint.
Okay. Again, like Man City, I think your team is a good passing team, which allows them to defend the defence because they don't get attacked that often because they've primarily got the ball. And Tottenham isn't as good a passing team as Arsenal, which means they get attacked more.
Now that's why you're Highline FC. Highline.
Your defence got attacked as much as Tottenham's defence got attacked.
You think you're
Basically a full-blown barrage all day long. I think elements of your defence would crumble and not stand up as well as Tottenham. So I think your basically defence isn't being tested as much as Tottenham's is.
But you agree Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes good?
No, I'd really want Van der Ven in there somewhere.
Now Van der Ven, I think he'll come good, but we'll give him one more season in the league. Left back.
Sorry.
You've got to have one in there.
Now, producer, what are you saying?
You have to concede on one of them.
No, but Mickey van der Ven is nowhere close.
You have to concede on one of them. You can't have both.
Right. Okay. We'll go Saliba. We'll go Saliba van der Ven. But
Yeah. The way
To be really
behind Reg.
nah, but the thing is, Magalhaes is better. Imagine where every player in this league voted Gabriel Magalhaes and Saliba for PFA player. They made them. Where was Mickey van der Ven? Think about it.
I've got to have him in there, Reg. Got to have him in there.
Right, left back.
Well, I mean, our left back is a toss-up between Udogie and I forget his name.
Dragusin. No?
Dragson's a centre back, isn't he? I can't remember his name. That plays left back.
Ben Davies.
Yeah, Ben Davies has had his day. You can't have him on left back. Udogie, generally okay. He has his talents. They haven't really come out. He rarely has a bad day unless he has a fit and starts doing lashing tackles. But really, he's not standout. So, on my opinion, if you've got a better one, then we can put a better one in there.
I was going to give it to Doggy, but you see Uren Timber. I think if Uren Timber is kicking and playing football, I don't think any of those. I don't think anybody comes close to him. So I'm going to go Uren Timber, left back.
Okay.
Producer, what do you think?
I'll go with Kieran Tierney still that I went there, but definitely I'll go with Timber.
I'm happy with that.
So that I think we are going somewhere. Yeah, defense is good. So midfield, we'll go midfield 3.
Mm-hmm. Midfield 3. We're going for 3.
Midfield. Unfortunately, there's no Rice and there's no Odegaard. So I think you win this one.
We're not just hypothetical players. We're going with players we can pick for this week.
We can pick for this week, yeah.
We've got to have Maddison right in the middle there, haven't you?
Yeah, I think Maddison.
I personally would put the youngster with him and give him 90 minutes because I think Bergvall, yeah, the blonde head kid from Sweden.
What are you?
No, seriously, he's that good. So I'm just one of those people that pick out superstars, and this kid's
the midfield is Maddison, Partey, and Bissouma. I think that's fair.
I think Maddison and Bissouma work, apart from Bissouma is an occasional driver. Most of the time he likes to go left and right with the ball, so creativity would come from Maddison. The reason I say Bergvall is, like Maddison, he's a creator.
I've never seen this guy play football.
You need to watch Bergvall. You need to get on YouTube and just watch him, because when he was playing before.
This is why you guys Bergvall on YouTube. Let him play in football in these leagues. Let's see him play football.
Give him 5 minutes at the end. Give him 90 minutes. See if he's
you must have too much faith in this guy, man. I'll be looking out for this Bergvall, but it doesn't make our team. I'm sorry.
Okay, fair enough. So
front 3. I don't think any sports player gets it. The front 3
in there somewhere.
Now Son is past. I love Son. Heung-min.
How many seasons has he come second, first, or third?
No, rate him. He scored like over 10 goals in what 9 consecutive seasons or 10, whatever it is.
Haven't they?
So who does it? Okay, so Son on the left, Kai Havertz in the middle,
Saka on the right.
Saka on the right.
Who can defend against that? Son's coming up fast on the left. Saka's coming up fast.
So I've got how many players? We've got Havertz, Saka, Partey.
3-3. No, sorry.
I think we have more play. Even with all my injuries, I've not got no Rice, no other guy, because if they were fit, they get it straight.
I hate to say it, but I genuinely believe that Rice is basically slightly overrated. I've always said it from day one. A very good CDM who likes to occasionally go into the ACM role.
Yeah.
I think he's supported by your excellent passing players in your team. I think when Tottenham really when they start to pass,
have you
Rice
heard that
will
we
just
are, have you heard that we need to give some money to West Ham?
Santa Claus on his sleigh go pass.
We ripped West Ham off 105 for Rice. We need to give West Ham at least another 30-40 million for Declan Rice. Do you know who Declan Rice is?
100% I know who he is. Yeah.
This guy plays like he's got 8 legs.
8 legs.
He covers every, like, you see him here, right back, left back. Come on.
Well,
this is the kind of play, you know, when you say you need your Glenn, that's the man you need. But anyways, predictions. Where are we going?
Where are we going? My gut feeling is it's going to be 2-2 or 2-1 to Spurs.
2-1 to Spurs.
Yep. I think you're going to attack us all game long. We'll defend and we'll hit you on the break.
I think both teams will score. I think we can agree on that.
Yeah, I agree.
I think Tottenham scores the first goal. Then we regroup and come back.
I think
we'll win it 3-1.
I think your lack of Odegaard and your lack of Rice, which is basically your midfield engine gone, I think you'll bring new players in. I think they won't be completely understanding of the players around them.
There's a possibility. I can't, it can happen.
Tottenham will realise that they've basically got the game. It will just come down to whether Tottenham can finish, which is what they struggle with.
But Tottenham, yeah, exactly. You know Tottenham cannot finish. I'll tell you something. You see Solanke, Dominic.
Oh, of course, if Solanke plays,
he's not going to play. I hope he doesn't play. But Solanke has said he played every game for Bournemouth last season. Mm-hmm. And he's come to Spurs. He's had one game
and he's injured.
Yeah. Such a Spursy thing to...
That is a Spursy thing to happen.
So Spursy thing.
Thanks for that, Reg. Yep.
Such a Spursy thing to happen. Anyway, Bill, thank you for coming on. This has been it's been a nice one.
It's been good. It's been good, Reg. Yeah.
North London derby.
Can't wait.
I can't wait.
Cannot wait.
Hopefully after the game, there'll be bragging rights.
There will be bragging rights.